This segment sponsored by Gaslight Playhouse. If you love performing arts like I do, then I'm so thrilled to take you inside of Gaslight Playhouse Community Theater. They are kicking off an exciting production this upcoming weekend called Big Fish, as they are celebrating 50 years in the community of Kendallville. As you can see behind me, they are setting up and preparing for this production that will take place on July 25th through the 27th. And I'm going to take you on the inside, talk with their director and two of their lead actors. And you're invited. Let's do it. I am now joined by Craig Munk, who is the founder of Gaslight Playhouse and director of Big Fish. Also, Abby King-Cole, who is the female lead, and Todd Fymier, who is the male lead. Hello.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Well, I'm so thrilled to talk to you today about your big production that's coming up, but also about this historic moment for Gaslight. You all are celebrating 50 years, so that's a huge accomplishment. Yeah, so start off, Craig, by just giving us a bit of an overview and a little bit of history about your company.
Okay, well, we are a community theater, and we started 50 years ago, and ironically, right here in this very venue, we started with a production of Brigadoon. Then over the years, we have been in multiple venues. We've played, oh my gosh, we played the Chamber of Commerce and restaurants and the high school theater. And when the CLC opened here 3 years ago, it became our permanent home. So we are thrilled after 50 years to now have a permanent home here at the CLC.
Yeah, and the Strauss Theatre is so beautiful and historic within itself. So talk to me just a little bit about why you all wanted to create a theater here in Kendallville.
That's kind of a funny story. I promised the community, I was a high school theater, and I promised the community that when I got my master's degree done, we would start a community theater. And I think we just had lots of talent in this town, and we needed an outlet for all that talent. Little did I know it was going to last 50 years.
Exactly. And so this upcoming weekend, the 25th through the 27th, is Big Fish. And so, Abby, why don't you start off by giving us an overview about the production, but don't give away too much because we want people to come out and watch you.
Big Fish is really about Edward Bloom, who is the character that Todd is playing. And in Big Fish, he has a very difficult time connecting with his son, and he is a teller of tales, and his son is much more black and white as a person. So throughout the entire show, they are trying to find a way to connect and build that gap. And my character, as the wife and the mom, is trying to help bridge that gap between the two of them. And then by the end, you would have to wait and see what happens with those tall tales. But it's a beautiful story about love and loss, and it's pretty.
It's pretty.
I
like
it's a pretty
story.
It is pretty, yeah.
And of course, behind us, we see the production being set up, and so much hard work is going into this play. So Todd, just kind of give us a little behind the scenes experience. What has it been like to prepare for a role like this?
It's daunting. It's a pretty heavy role. There's a lot of singing. There's a lot of words to say in it. But it's been a joy. Our cast here. How many do we have in it now?
About 22.
About 22 cast members in it. And then we have a choreographer that came in and worked with us. Because we got several production numbers and everything. So it's certainly its own undertaking outside of even the acting and the singing that goes on with the set. We've got projection animation going on. So there's an array of all sorts of theater magic techniques that go into this.
Yeah, theater magic. And so Craig, with you being the director, let's talk a little bit about your vision, from your vantage point as you're kind of seeing all the pieces come together to put on just that perfect production.
Okay, we've kind of taken a different look at this. Ironically, my wife and I were in Chicago the very first night that Big Fish was ever seen by the public, and it was even announced that they may stop the show. They didn't, and that was 10 years ago. I didn't know that much about the show. My wife kids me that I didn't even get it, but then we kind of all fell in love with it. And a year ago, Todd came to me and said, let's celebrate 50 years together. He's a former board member here. And I said, okay. And he goes, let's do Big Fish. And I said, yeah. But little did I know that our music director, who is John Claudy, also loved the show too. So all of us kind of fell in love with the show. And then it was my brainchild that it's all fantasy, so why not do some animation?
Yeah.
So we contacted Huntington University, and Huntington University has created all the animation for the show. So and we think we're one of the first theaters in Northeast Indiana to combine live theater with animation. And it's really cool. Really cool.
It sounds cool, like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience.
It is kind of.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, Abby, with being an actress, how is it performing for a company that has so much experience in history and also bringing this new show here that hasn't been done before?
It's exciting, and I have been part of this community my whole life. I'm not an actress by trade. I'm an elementary school teacher by trade. But I'm an actress in the evenings when I get the chance. But I have known people in this community who are part of this company for years and years and years. I mean, since I was just a little girl.
Yeah.
Craig, he used me as an extra for shows when I was in an elementary school. I was on the stage for Gaslight Playhouse. So it's been a really cool kind of full circle thing for me to get to be here for the 50th season. Some of the people working on our set are people who were part of Gaslight 40 and 50 years ago, which is it's fantastic, and it's always exciting to do something new for the community.
Yeah, and so Todd, Craig mentioned that you were on the board and now you've crossed over. Were you an actor previously, or is this your first time dabbling?
No. I've done quite a bit. Quite a bit of acting. But I was on the board for a while. I started in Gaslight, I don't know how many years ago.
When
but
you were
many years
little,
ago, I was in Annie Get Your Gun, I believe was the first time I was actually on stage in one of the productions that was out at Flora Hall. So, and I was very young, 9, 10, maybe 10 years old, maybe 11.
And what he's not telling you is we really stole him from Fort Wayne, because he now does lots of theater in Fort Wayne. But it was his idea to come back to his hometown to help celebrate 50 years, and we love that idea.
Yeah. So what's your vision for 50 more years as you move forward?
I don't have a vision for 50 years. They might have a vision for 50 years. But one thing, our theater is growing. We have a cast from 14 different communities in this show, from Elkhart to Warsaw to Decatur to Angola and Fort Wayne. And it's amazing that all these people came from all over Northeast Indiana this summer to be in Big Fish.
Wow. Well, we cannot wait. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
And if you would like more information about Gaslight Playhouse, we'll have their website listed below. Come on out to support their production of Big Fish, which is taking place July 25th through the 27th here in Kendallville. We'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Gaslight Playhouse.